The way we will not be rolling.
Okay.
Let me tell you how we will not be rolling moving forward. Is that we will not be rolling in the employ of goons.
Yes.
Hello? Okay.
Goonistry. Goon industry.
Oh, well done. We can laugh about it, but it actually is not funny. True. It's not funny for the people who see a mob. Whereby I saw the other day, people I watched the video now with, attention. And a guy, they've already disrupted the meeting. People have already taken off. The guy insists that he needs to pick up this chair and actually throw it at a vehicle. Broke the way. And I thought to myself, so what? So that this meeting would never take place again? Yeah. What is the purpose? And I really need people to help me understand. Because this one, we've moved beyond, is it right or wrong? Yeah. And I think right or wrong sometimes just diminishes reasoning. But we're not talking about right or wrong, because even if you are a blind baby, not mature and still cannot see. Yeah. And I'm not using this in any derogatory way. That you would be able to tell that this thing is wrong. So we're not even having that conversation. Yeah. That one we push it aside.
We're operating from a point where it is wrong.
It has been established. It is wrong.
Yes.
But you who is using them, what are you trying to achieve? Dear Mr. President, we're having a conversation this morning. And that under you, there's the cabinet, or with you in the executive, there's the cabinet. Within this cabinet, there is a ministry.
Yes.
Whose responsibility is to care for the internal security and, to an extent, administration of the nation. Under them lie the National Police Service. Yes. The National Police Service comprises of several different departments. There's administration police, there's police, there's DCI, there's GSU, there's anti-terrorism, those people, all of those guys.
There is an anti-stock theft unit.
There
is what forests.
KFS, KWS, all of them under here.
Vitengo tofauti.
Koko. So now, when it seems as though these goons seem to be above, when somebody
powerful than the police,
above the law, and then they cannot be found. Nobody knows who they are.
They cannot be
found even when they come and tell you, Dennis, goon is me. I am goon. I was paid money to do this. Cheers.
Let's take a photo.
Even them, take a selfie. Even then, they cannot be found.
Yep.
Help me understand then what it is actually that you are doing.
And I think even as we talk about the president and the cabinet, let us also take it further, right? The president sits in a certain council called the National Security Council, right? Where under the National Security Council, he sits with all the security agencies who give him intel on where the country is with regard to matters security. Yeah. Now, under the National Security Council, you have NIS. NIS, their job is to collect data, information. And intel that would then make decisions or inform how police would be deployed to handle what exactly. Now, over time, we have seen the work of NIS, where they've been able to foil terrorist activities that would happen in the country. And to that,
well done.
Good job, right? But as complicated as terrorist activities are, goonism industry is not that complicated. That would mean they are able to pick that up easily and deal with it. Now, when we are being told we can't find them, we can't arrest them, they have gone to Uganda, they have gone to Tanzania, they are out of the country, in a country who is a signatory to Interpol, and we are able to even give sanctions or request for individuals to be returned to the country to answer to charges. Remember, this is the very same country where we've seen citizens of other countries have been taken from this country, taken back to their country for charges, right? That means Interpol and government-to-government initiatives can work. So why is it when it comes to the goon industry, that is where this collaboration with other countries do not work or apply?
Yeah. Do you think the people who hire they know, like, you see, like, those are my goons, like my mom's dogs, we know those are our dogs. Yeah. Do you think the people know those are my goons, those are mine? The way they operate is what now makes them be known as these are Nani's goons?
I think they do, because we've seen, and we have to say this because it is out in the public. We have individuals who've been called out, including some in the very same ministry, have been accused of hiring goons who have beat up people on their advice. The individual who was arrested the other day at All Saints Cathedral, we also had a name of a cabinet secretary who was called, having said or allegedly sent the goons to go disrupt the public participation of the finance bill. So when you hear all this, then the responsibility is to the police to take all this information and have these individuals record statement, investigate, and bring those culpable to book. But one asks the question, when you have your boss mentioned, how do you investigate your boss?
Dear Mr. President, there are goons in the country. They're already being used a year to the election, and it looks like it's going to get a little bit uglier as we go forward. But the question that we're asking this morning, to be told maybe you want to say something to the president this morning, but at the same time, we're saying goons are being used. They're being used in the country, and the fear that is instilled in the hearts and minds of people, then their agenda is actually working. It's working. But the question we're asking this morning is, do you think anything can be done about the goonism situation in the country, or is it one of those things that is here to stay?
And I think also fact that you look at the goon industry and its association or closeness with the political class, because you'll only find goons in any political activity that is ongoing. Whether it is protest against a political activity, you see goons. Whether it is in a political rally, there are goons. Whether it is in a church service, there are goons. Then one asks the question, in this group of individuals called the political class who are associated with goons, the president as well is, one would say, politician 001 because of his position as the president, right? Why is it that he is not
calling out people?
Calling it out? Because I still give this example. When the president was around Gitanga Road, right? I remember I was using that road. And that was around, say, 10 minutes after the president had left the area. There was still activity around there because people were still dispersing. But in an event that was presidential, 10 minutes after the president has left, clearly there is still semblance of security in the area. But there were goons who were attacking people and stealing from them. Remember, when you talk about goonism, it's people's businesses have been destroyed. People have died. Many have been injured. And here was in a presidential activity. One asks the question, to whom the activity has had goons, do they then bear the responsibility if someone was killed, if someone was attacked, if someone's business was destroyed?
Who's to take the responsibility for this thing that we are seeing happening today? That when people's names have been mentioned, that when somebody's character, then a question has been asked about it, why do we still seem so reluctant to then be able to deal with it? Because is it actually helping somebody? Is there somebody who is benefiting from it? The fact that we've called it an industry is a bit worrying now, because that means that it's achieving a particular goal, and that obviously money is changing hands. The people who benefit, number one, you move a certain way politically, but on the other hand, you're putting 500, 1,000 shillings, because for crying out loud, what's the going rate for a goon today? $1,000?
500 bob.
500 bob, because that's what you're doing to essentially get somebody to then be able to instill fear and anger. But then this fear and anger that you want to instill, for what purpose? What is it that you're actually trying to do? Do you think we can get rid of the goon problem in the country today? Because it's an issue. Anybody who doesn't see it as thus, then I don't know what planet or what rock from the sun that you're actually living on at the moment. So we're going to hear from you. Dear Mr. President, there's a goon problem. It's going to need a goon repellent to then be able to get out of it. It's like the bed bug issue that was in Kenya a while ago. There's a goon problem. You need a repellent. You need to snuff the thing out completely. Let's talk this morning, because how bad do you actually see it? And if something is going to be done about it, when must it be done? 0732 142653 or 0732 142650. We want to be able to hear from you this morning on our Dear Mr. President segment, because the goon issue for a lot of people, they're saying, well, I don't want to go somewhere. And then suddenly there are people walking about with rungus and whatever, trying to instill fear. For what purpose? These are the conversations that we're having this morning. Do talk to us. Hello, good morning. Okay, I think we need to get a clearer line on that. If you don't mind calling us back, then we can see how we can hear, because we can't hear you very well. So that's the question that we're asking. And just a reminder of that phone number is 0732152653, 0732152650. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. My name is Kelvin.
Yes, Kelvin. Tell us where you're calling from.
I'm calling from around at the river.
Around at the river?
Yes.
Okay. Do goons scare you?
Actually, no.
They don't scare you?
They don't.
Okay. Talk to me.
The way we are packaged as a society has always been like that. Remember?
With goons?
Yes. It's only that maybe it has evolved in terms of naming. We had these professional mourners. You remember we had them and they could be hired?
Yes.
Now, by and by, gradually, we've come to now participate in politics. Now, what we had as professional mourners now have come, and now it's a business.
How professional goons?
Political, yes. Political parties and political activities have what they call mobilization fund. Who do they mobilize? Remember, people are busy trying to make ends meet, especially with this economy. And now there's money that has been disbursed for mobilization. Who are you mobilizing? In Nairobi especially, a busy city like this, who are you mobilizing? You go get some idle youth, go get some people who, even if they're working somewhere and they're not making that much money, you tell them, I have 1,000 per person. And they tell you, okay, Jemo, that 1,000, ndakuletea wase watano. Labor is getting cheap. It's a form of employment anyway. So some idle youths who are looking for mogoka and you know what they call tools will say, yo punch itaweza. And then you had mentioned something that 001 sits on, the Security Council. Nothing happens without the express knowledge of the intelligence.
Yes.
Anything that happens, whether a politician goes somewhere, and much more so the president. These goons that where those political activities are usually headed by either a plainclothes officer, an NIS guy, or this undercover police. Why is it that when something like this happens, you don't get to see anybody arrested unless there is an uproar, a public uproar, and then you will see some guys rounded up. How are they identified?
Right.
These people already knew. And what happens is they will be rounded up, and you hear some stories. After a while, the story disappears.
Yes.
And where do the guys go? Do you follow up with the courts whether they were charged or not? Even the OB can disappear. We live in a country like that. So the going rate is different. It can go as cheap as 50 shillings. So long as that idle guy can get a mugoka and some chewing gum for the night. Some of them transnight expecting for this activity.
I hear what you're saying, because that's what I think. And
if you need the guys in black, like the ones you remember way back in Kasarani.
Oh yeah, the ones for
those ones may be a bit expensive because they need some suit,
some uniform,
some weapon, some uniform of some sort. Those ones can cost between 5,000 to 10,000.
I hear you.
And of course, they'll need some transport.
And a little bit of something to eat during the day, depending on how long they're going to hang around in the venue.
Actually, they don't need to eat. They need the changa, a cup of changa.
To remain charged. My Lord. This is what we are hearing.
So those ones can cost between 5,000 and 10,000. But these other ones, you go to Mlolongo and say, I need, nataka watu 10, and they come 50 of them. Those ones are 100 bobbies enough.
Wow. Can you imagine what we're talking about?
So, Kevin, do we have a goon problem or a political problem?
It depends from your perspective. Those who are in it don't see it as a problem. They see it as an opportunity.
Okay.
Suppose I'm running for a seat, and I want to become a member of parliament for, say, Langata, and I have groups of guys I can hire, that's an opportunity for me. But for the general public, it's a problem, because once the event is done, and there are some of those who are disgruntled, or they are charged and say, we didn't achieve what we wanted, they look for a shop and loot.
Okay.
And maybe an opportunity presents itself, and the event is over, and they see, that shop is open, we can help ourselves. So it's a problem to the general public and those who are not involved. But to those who are in it, it's an opportunity, and they cash in on it. Unfortunately
so. Yeah. Calvin, thanks for your call this morning. Let's take some other calls as we can get into it. Thank you very much for calling this morning. And it's a conversation that we're having this morning, dear Mr. President. It seems that the folks that you have put in positions of authority are not able to deal with this goon problem. But then a little bit more than that, is it that they don't want to deal with the problem, or that this problem has actually been embraced as a modus operandi for doing things? And that's the question that we're asking this morning. Talk to us, 0732-142-650, 0732-142-652. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hi.
Hi, please tell us your name and where you're calling in from.
My name is Kennedy. I'm calling from Nairobi.
Kennedy, could you speak up just a little bit, sir?
My name is Kennedy. I'm calling from Nairobi.
Fantastic. Talk to us this morning.
Yeah.
Is there a goon problem or a people problem?
Actually, I'm wondering whether this goon thing has come to the limelight so recently. This thing, if you've grown up in the ghetto, this thing has been there since, I don't know, forever. It's been there. It's been there. It's just that now it has gone to a higher scale. The president and the higher echelons of the leadership of this government are using them. The goons have been there, and actually, when I was growing up in the ghetto, there used to be these like professional goons. Communities or contractors. You just go and tell them you need like 20, 50 guys or 100 guys, and they'll provide a quotation for you.
For what? See, excuse me, Kennedy, for what? This is my question I'm asking. For what? Like when you go to fill the invoice, these professional guys that you talk about, see now, there you say, I need 50 chairs for a wedding and I need them to be draped, plus I need tables and whatever. In this case, when you are hiring 10 goons, unasema nini in the next line is for what?
Unasema, unataka goons, either unataka kuvuruga. If they come with clubs, that's an extra fee. If they come with pangas, it's an extra fee. If you need them armed also, it's a fee.
If you also want them to just shout, there's a fee.
If you want them to clap for you, it's a fee. If you want them to laugh at everything you say, you might be saying, and they laugh, that's a fee also.
So these goons, they come in varieties. There's the violent variety, there's the one for laughing and dancing and clapping.
Yeah. You see the ones that they were at All Saints Cathedral, sorry to say. Those ones probably were the cheapest, because that's how walikuwa wameambiwa. And then, goons also, they go kulingana na pesa mwapatia. You've given them probably less.
Hapo ndio pesa yako imefika.
Hapo sasa ndio pesa yako imefika. Kama ulikuwa mwatuma waende waingie tu mahali na wasifanye kitu. Now, hiyo pesa mwapatia sasa because ni ndogo wataenda waibe. You see, that's the problem. And it's been going on, I don't know, since forever. If the country is catching up with it right now, it's just been a menace. In the ghettos, you cannot do a meeting or an event without bribing the goons, or they come disrupt the event. That's how it has always been.
And they know, and the police know.
The police are always working with them, because even the firearms that the police who rent them, who rent the firearms to them, and there is nothing that you can do, because the goons are working even with the MPs. If you need any small event, unataka watu wafurahie, unataka mheshimiwa kuja aimbiwe, you need to hire goons. Even there are goons in forms of women. Ara nashtuka sana mkisema ati ni wanaume pekee. Wengine wanaenda azua wanasema wamama na nani, wamama na tutam, wamama wa broad base. It's always been the same culprit. But now na sasa ukisikia kuna mahali unaenda kupewa 500 in the gate, unajua hiyo 500 utaenda utabeba simiti siku mzima. It's better, unajua utaenda uchukue hiyo 500 na probably utapatana na mtu mwenye amekaa vibaya simu upite nayo. That's also an added advantage because the police are also on your side.
All right.
But now it's taking a very bad toll because now the country is going the Haiti way. Slowly drip, because now if you start arming them, now it's something else now, because now there is no order, and you cannot call them to order because they are in support of the government. You think today you are giving goons, you're arming goons, tomorrow you'll not be in government, then the goons will be a militia.
So they're even, so what you're saying, there are people, I'm sorry, we're going to stay just a little bit longer with this. There are people who may not even, there could be politicians who hire goons. I can decide that I have an event, I hire them. It could be two politicians playing against each other. Everybody just uses them when they want.
Yes, and because hii story, the Kehika story could be even the politician put asema mimi niko na goons wakali. Then the other politician says mimi niko na goons wakali kukuliko wako. Sasa basi hata tupatane tuone nani ndio wako na mkali. And the goons are the ones who will suffer, or property or innocent people. Like that bus, the welfare bus they touched.
Yeah.
Now whose cost was in that? But that's why unaona viburi ya politicians. We are living in a country that is full of very evil people.
Asante sana. Thank you for Thanks for calling, Kennedy, and thanks for sharing your insight this morning. Kennedy says that these things have been around for a long time, and it's people who are employing them now. We're hearing from more of you this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please tell us your name. I can see that you're calling in from Iblary in Poland.
Yeah. My name is Malcolm, and I'm calling direct from Poland.
Yes.
And I just want to talk about the show that you're doing today.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually, when you look deep into it, actually, this is something that is not happening today or now. Actually, something that happened, it's like being a trend in Kenya. I can't remind you. Do you remember in high school, you used to have something used to be called like the cheerleaders, cheer groups, and these were kind of the noisemakers. Every now and then in the list of noisemakers, they could not miss, just in case there's a function or there is an event happening elsewhere outside the school, inside the school. These were the people to be picked from the list, and you know very well, hata kama mtashinda, as long as these people are there, believe me, even if whatever that's going to happen, that's going to be an event that is going to kind of bring some entertainment into it. It's going to kind of scare the other people, even if they are kind of having a power over you or something. It's like you are in the bomb club, and it used to give fear maybe to the other school, to the other students, such kind of a thing. The same thing now. This is the kind of not the same people. The kind of habit now is going now even after the school now into the politics at the moment. Actually, you know it well. Hapa mimi sina changu, lakini nikiwa nao watu kelele zao ni mayowe yao, angalau watafanya wataogopesha wale ama watailmindio nitaonekana mwenyewe. So it's something that is going on every now and then. Even in the families, you have such kind of people. You know it. When I go with this and this one, uncle that anisikia nikienda peke yangu ama nikienda mimi na huyu hawatanisikia. So there's this kind of a cousin or who namwambia niaje bro, naka hivi na hivi, anambia wewe sawa, niende tu pembe fulani hivi alafu mimi nitaongea nao. Yakienda pale ankwake nini, it's not like he's got a post or something, but anasikia yule mtu mwenye nini, he argues out of nothing. He only argues out of making noise, just to kind of control the crowd. He's got totally no points. He's got totally no argument. There's totally no how can I call it, no point to pass forward. But the moment that he speaks, what is like just to how can I call, destroy the motion in the house, kind of distract the motion, kind of steal people's attention, and the motion is not going to be discussed, not going to be passed forward. It's going to be postponed each and every now. Najua tu huyu akiwa mambo ataharibika.
Thank you.
That's what I have for now, and I miss you, Kenya. Have a good day.
Asante sana, and thank you for your call this morning. For sure. We're definitely hearing from others. Look, we're coming from the place that doesn't matter how thin you slice it, that this is wrong. It doesn't matter what it is wrong. It's not about being on one side or the other. It is wrong that this is being done. We're hearing from folks in terms of what you feel about it as well. Maggie calling in from Vihiga. Good morning.
Mzuri sana.
Yes, Maggie.
Ni nini huyo?
Tell us, ulitupigia?
Shosho wa Vihiga.
Niambie shosh.
Sasa mimi nataka kutoa maoni yangu.
Kuhusu goons.
Hii guni wanasema ni guni. Unasikia mama?
Yes.
Hii guni wakati wanashikwa, wapinzani wanaenda kotini kusimama kuwatetea. Yes, waiona no matter hawajawafanya kitu. Neno ya pili, hawa guni sasa ile serikali inadili nao, wanasema wanaua watoto ya watu. Mimi nasema wazazi ya watoto wakae na watoto yao, wakishakaa na watoto yao wawafanye nini? Wawarekebishe. Watoto wajue hata kama na serikali unatafuta nini baba? Mashamba ziko, watoto walime, watafuta vibarua, wafanye. Hii njaa tufuguse. Kenyatta alisema harambee tokinyana harambee tolemerebebe. Jamhuri inayogamera. Jamhuri imesimama na hii Kenya ikiharibika sisi wote tutapata tabu. Sio guni, sio tajiri, sio nani, sisi wote tutakimbia.
Kabisa.
Nchi zinaharibika. Rwanda, Burundi waliua kina Birmana, waliua kina nani? Angalia wakimbizi waliko Kenya hii, wamekimbia. Na sisi wa Kenya tutaenda wapi? Kwa sababu nchi yetu ya Kenya ni nchi ya amani. Viongozi wajue namna wanaweza endesha taifa la Kenya. Unaona viongozi wengine wamechaguliwa katika ile zao wafanyie watu yao kazi. Wamewacha ile kazi ya kufanya, waiko kwa maandamano kwa barabara. Hao viongozi wetu mkitaka kujua wanadawa jukuu yetu na watoto, hawaleti watoto wao waende barabarani. Wanachukua watoto ya watu, wakichukua watoto wao ni wae tu watumikie, lakini aliye mbinguni anawatazama. Kwa sababu Biblia inatuambia ukiharibu watu wangu nami nitakuharibu. Na kuna dhambi sio kuwa na msamaha. Taifa hili letu la Kenya natakikana, Mungu anasema njoni tusemezane. Asema Bwana Mungu, dhambi japo kuwa nyekundu kama damu itakuwa nyeupe kama theluji. Mbona tusisemezane? Kashagua na hao wengine ni mandugu, kuna wakiangaliwa kila Ruto. Ni wandugu. Karibu taifa letu ya Kenya kwa ajili ya mamlaka. Tunataka mamlaka tu peke yake, tujitajirishe, tuwe watu wa kusifika. Hapana. Kenya ikiharibika sisi wote tumeharibika. Hatutaki ile vita yenye kwa mataifa mengine. Asante mama.
Thank you so much Shosh. Asante sana kutupigia leo asubuhi. I mean, there it is. That you take it as you want it, but there it is. That you cannot sit back and watch a situation like this go to the dogs.
I love the fact that she's called upon both parties who are in this gun industry to sit down and just iron out their issues.
Linda Gola, very spirited this morning, saying, you know what, we have to come from the premise where you say that, number one, if you're giving people money to then go and perpetuate violence, there is a problem. It doesn't matter what side you're on. And then we're also saying at the same time, if these people have been identified, and I'm not going to shy away from this, if these people have been identified over and over again, that the only business you have with them as a security intelligence agency is to bring them to book. Period. Especially when they're telling you who hired them.
Exactly. I think as well fact that the gun industry has been there for a very long time, as has been said by our listeners. But fact that it has been there for a very long time and it has not been handled. It is not just in this government, it's not a previous government. It has been there for a very long time. Why is there laxity in dealing with it once and for all? Who does it benefit for it to continue being an industry?
Who is it benefiting? Those are the questions that we're asking this morning. We talk about it until it becomes so uncomfortable for you to imagine that you can hire a goon and get away scot-free. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Please tell us your name and where you're calling in from, sir.
Francis from Kakamega.
Yes, Francis, talk to us.
Yeah, my contribution to this discussion is that as most scholars are saying, we have had this issue for quite some time. I would give a personal experience of one incident somewhere in a funeral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where these goons, and I can clearly tell you, these are people, we know them. In fact, if you ask me the goons around Kakamega, I'll tell you plus the names.
Yeah.
Now, a situation occurred where
two politicians from opposing ends, hired these fellows in some funeral. By coincidence, they hired the same people to make sure that the opponent does not talk.
Okay.
Now, during the burial, nobody would talk because the same people had been hired by the two groups. And you could clearly see when this one stands, the same group are heckling. That time they were called hecklers. So they would heckle everybody because these people had been hired by the two opposing ends to make sure that the end does not talk. And the people who hired them didn't know they're hiring the same people. So at the end of the day, there was no funeral because the hecklers were just throughout, given that they were the same. You could clearly see who they were. They could be called by names, by their names, by the fellows who hired them. So I'm basically saying, in the villages, we know they are known. They are known by villagers. If you want goons, you will be given a few names subject to the amount they charge. So my suggestion would be, given that we have these things, I think some entrepreneurs should come up and even start a training college, which to me would be called a goons training college, where these goons would be properly trained, so that if they are to beat people, they don't injure so much. And if they are to ask for money, they ask for money subject to their training. I would seriously propose, because we have them and it's like we will not do without them.
Yeah.
Let somebody come up with a training college to offer certificates, diplomas and such like, so that we have now properly trained goons.
To do what though?
And
Properly trained goons to do what?
What they're being hired for, because the way it is now, this was carrying rungu, some are
Which is my question. What are they being used for? To instill fear? To instill fear in others so that you don't, so that then if you're going to train them even more so that they can do what? Empower them. Empowerment. Okay, so you can go do something else.
No. To go, initially we were calling them hecklers. And somebody said initially they were being called professional mourners, some. Now, to me, because they are there and it's like we might not do without them, let them be given a training where if it's a matter of heckling, they heckle to an extent that they are not harming the innocent people in that meeting.
I hear you.
If they are going to cause harm, they are not causing harm to the innocent.
Okay.
And if they are to charge, let them charge fees subject to their training.
Okay, got it.
We are not serious about these good issues.
Thank you very much for your call in this morning. Much appreciated. Let's hear from some others today. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Huyu ni Joshua Buhaya kutoka Matunda.
Yes, Joshua from Matunda. Tuambie, goons. People are saying now we should, if they're going to be trained, they be trained properly for good.
Unajua goons hizi, kitu inaleta goons ni human rights. Kwa nini niseme hivyo? Wakati hao watu wanakuja, serikali inaanza kuchunga hao namna hii, unasikia human right wametokesea, wanasema serikali inatumia nguvu kupita kiasi. So ule askari hata akiatake hawa, utasikia wakisema namna hii, serikali inatumia nguvu kupita kiasi. Sasa serikali mimi kufikiria kwangu, naona kama serikali imefikiria ya kwamba wacha goons kutane na wale goons wengine, alafu tuone human right itafanya nini, kwa sababu ukiatake hawa askari wakiatake hawa namna hiyo wamaliza hizi goons, human right wanatokezea, wanasema serikali ilitumia nguvu zaidi kupita kiasi. Utamaliza namna gani goons kama hamwezi wacha serikali ifanye kazi yake na wananchi wafanye kazi yake?
Joshua, mtu anauliza swali. Wakati tuseme kama goons wanaonekana wakitembea na askari, hiyo inamaanisha nini?
Unajua sasa askari wamechoka, kwa sababu kama askari atataki mtu anaiba kwa duka la mtu, ama anabomoa kwa kitu ya mtu, itaonekana ya kwamba huyu askari ameataki ule mtu. Sasa hawachukui kama ni mtu mwenye alikuwa anafanya uhalifu, wanachukua kama yule mtu alikuwa right. Unaona? Sasa hiyo right ndio inafanya askari wanawaachilia wale goons wafanye vile wanataka kufanya. Sasa unakuta upande mwingine kuna goons wa serikali, kuna upande mwingine kuna goons wa wanasiasa. Unaona? Hiyo ndio kitu inaleta ubaya sana. Human right inataka niangalie upande yote, iangalie upande wa serikali, iangalie upande wa raia. Si ati wanalemea upande moja. Kama mtu atakuja, kama hawa vijana waliingia kwa bunge wakaenda wakachoma bendera ndani ya bunge, wewe ungefanya namna gani? Ungefanya namna gani kwa wale? Ungewacha tu waharibu? Kama wangelichukua ushukani, si wangependwa serikali? Sasa kuna magaidi pale na kuna watu wazuri wenye wanaweza fanya vitu vizuri, lakini sasa human right inaamuka. Wakati kitu inatokea, unaona kana human right imaamuka, inasema serikali imetumia nguvu sana. Utakosa kutumia namna gani nguvu kama mtu ako na mawe na wewe uko na bunduki, akikupiga mawe si atakuua? Utafanya namna gani? Hiyo gundi zinaletwa na hao human right ndio wana support vitu kama hizo.
Lakini Joshua,
sioni I think tukue careful kidogo. Sioni kama watu wa human rights ndio wanaleta hao watu wa goons, but Dennis,
inaonekana hata sasa waje niseme sasa, hata unajua hata vyombo ya habari tena sisi vyombo ya habari tena vinachangia upande mwingine. Hamwezi kufuata ukweli kabisa, muonyeshe wa Kenya ukweli iko hapa na hii ni ukweli na hii ni right. Unaona ile vitu yote inafanyika, inataka na muonyeshe ya kwamba hapa kweli serikali imefanya vizuri na hapa haijafanya vizuri.
Joshua, kulingana na wewe, ukweli kulingana na goonism ni gani?
Okay, I think we've lost him. We'll take some others this morning. That was easily going left, but let's hear it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from Tana River.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What are your thoughts around the goonism issue?
Hii issue ya goonism, vile mimi naona, ni serikali ndo wanawaleta.
Aje?
Kwa sababu wakati maandamano huwa yanaanza, huwa tunaona maandamano yako very peaceful. Watu wanatembea ni kama ni mabango wamebeba, ni kama ni matawi wameinua juu, na hiyo maandamano huwa inaendelea vizuri. Lakini unaona ikifika noon, wakati askari wanaanza kujitokeza, ndio tunaanza kuona watu wanapigwa vitoa machozi, watu wanaanza maduka zinaanza kuvunjwa. Hata ndio tunajiuliza hawa watu wao wanatokea wapi? Kama asubuhi maandamano ilikuwa inafanyika vizuri, kila kitu ilikuwa inaendelea vizuri, mbona askari wakitokelezea wanaanza kupiga watu ambao wako peaceful, hawana silaha, hawana mawe, hawana nini? So my thought is serikali huwa wanajua hawa goons ni watu gani, na wao ndo wanawaleta pale kwa maandamano ili kuvuruga ile maandamano, ile show mbaya. Kile kilio cha mwananchi kisisikike. Waseme wale watu walikuwa ni waharibifu, walikuwa ni magaidi, lakini si wananchi ambao walikuwa wako na amani.
Kweli.
Ni ile kupoteza ile taswira ya ile maandamano. Na hiyo ni vibaya sana kama serikali wanafanya hivyo, kwa sababu sisi tuko na katiba yetu. Tuko na uhuru wa kuongea kile kitu kinatukera. Kama serikali sisi tunawaambia hichi kitu kinatukera, kwa nini wao wanataka kulazimisha? Maisha ni ngumu saa hii, hata kukula kwenyewe. Kwanza huko Tana River. Life is so hard. Yaani hata kupeleka mtoto shule tunashindwa saa hii. Na kama kilio chetu sisi tunalilia serikali, mbona serikali isisikilize huyu mwananchi ambao analia, ambao amekuwa na depression ya maisha?
Kweli.
So serikali wanajua hawa goons ni watu gani. Mchango wangu huu.
Asante sana kutupigia leo asubuhi. For sure, definitely hearing you know opinions, and that's at the end of the day. If you know who they are, why not get them?
Why not get them?
Look, I don't care who is operating or who is hiring them. A goon is a goon.
And a goon is a thug. And that is a criminal.
Why do we want to pussyfoot around this issue that, well, you know, because my goons were only
stronger than yours.
Or no, mine were not carrying weapons. Mine were just shouting. No. That you needed to hire a force apart from yourself to instill anything in anybody that was beyond positive, then we have a problem. And we cannot sugarcoat it. We cannot make it sound better. You cannot dress it up and put lipstick on it and say that, oh, okay, my goon now has makeup, so my goon is better than yours. Stop it.
And you said the most critical part of it all is, if you listen to the gentleman who's called us from Kakamega, he says, if you ask me to name you a goon, I will tell you.
If the people know who they are, how much more intelligent?
Exactly. So if the people in a jurisdiction know who the goon are, if the politicians themselves know, whoever is hiring the goons, know where to go to get them, who to call to get them, and how they will pay them, it therefore continues to support our argument that the intelligence must know, because they are trained to collect intelligence. They know who the goons are, where to get them, who hires them, how much they're paid, and that all that is needed is for that intelligence to amount to something.
Of what good?
Thank you.
Of what purpose, if not for destruction and or criminality, is a goon in this current dispensation? And if you cannot point to anything save for destruction and criminality, then they must be snuffed out. It's very simple.
True. Very simple.
Very simple. Brought before a court of law, arrested, thrown in jail, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Made to pay for this thing that they do. And the perpetrator. Remember that we said, in times of conflict, it is not just the person on the ground who did the deed. The person who facilitated for them to operate,
who paid.
The person who paid is just as culpable. So we're dealing with a thing here. We said you pick a puppy off the road and you say that you're going to feed it one day. Then you think it is a dog and it turns into a hyena. It'll eat you.
Yep.
Are we ready to mollycoddle with this situation? No. Until it becomes something so big that you're not able to deal with it? Now is the time to not... Well, people have said they've been there since Sikuza Nini? Mzee wa Jeshi. That they've been there forever. Okay. It's been there. It doesn't mean that you cannot stop it.
Thank you.
Today.
We have supported nonsense for a very long time. It is about time that we as a society, as the political class, as the security said, you ujinga imekuwa for a very long time. We are cutting it from now moving forward. Today.
Because here we are and you are flirting with disaster, flirting with destruction, and you think that the thing is not going to come and eat you for breakfast?
Yep.
Come on. And then we want to say, well, mine are better because they do what? Oh, mine did not cause here. No. The fact that you think that you needed to employ them to use them for a particular thing, that's where the problem lies. Linda's been asking through this whole morning, what is the purpose of these people? What are they to achieve? And if what they're to achieve is not anything that's going to develop you in a positive manner, you do not need them.
You do not need to have goons to spread fear for you to perpetuate your agenda. You can perpetuate your agenda in a peaceful gathering and achieve that which you wanted.
We're calling it out this morning, and that's where we end things this morning. We'll call it out. We'll not keep quiet. And where do you get the money to pay people? They can't use that money for something else.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.